Hello, good afternoon. Now today we shall discuss about the ultimate method of the code analysis. Ultimate method of code analysis. As you know that code analysis can be made by proximate method in which we determine percentage of the moisture, percentage of the volatile substances in the coal, percentage of the ash, and then we determine the percentage of the carbon content in the coal. As I have told you that ultimate meter does not give you the correct data, but this method, ultimate method, gives you correct data because it is the experimental method. So first of all, we shall determine the percentage of carbon and hydrogen by one experiment. Here it is a furnace in which there is a gas copper oxide CuO. Pure oxygen is passed through the furnace. This is the furnace. Coal will burn. So first of all, hydrogen will change into H2O. So H2O will be absorbed in this chamber. This is the anhydrous calcium chloride. Anhydrous calcium chloride absorb moisture and there is an increase in weight of the calcium chloride. Now, here carbon dioxide will pass. Just see here, carbon of the coal burn in the atmosphere of the oxygen to giving carbon dioxide. Suppose this is the carbon, atomic weight of the carbon is 12 and molecular weight of the carbon dioxide is 44. So 12 grams of the carbon will give you 44 grams of the carbon dioxide. Now this carbon dioxide CO2 is entered in the KOH solution. This is the tube containing KOH. So carbon dioxide react with the KOH. KOH plus carbon dioxide giving potassium carbonate. So weight of the potassium carbonate is increased. So what we do? First of all, before performing the experiment, we take the weight of this chamber, that is the weight of the anhydrous calcium chloride, and also we take the weight of the calcium, KOH, potassium hydroxide. So initial weight of the calcium chloride anhydrous and initial weight of the KOH is lower. So after burning of the coal, steam and carbon dioxide both are formed. So steam is absorbed in anhydrous calcium chloride, and weight of the calcium chloride will increase, and we weigh it out after experiment. Now dry CO2 here after removal of the steam, that is H2O, we get a dry CO2. Dry CO2. Dry CO2 passes into the KOS solution and gives potassium carbonate. Excess of the oxygen will pass out. Again, take the weight of the KOS, you will find that weight of the KOS is increased. So this is all about the performance of the experiment, how to perform the experiment. So this is a very simple method. Now, question arises, how to calculate the percentage of the carbon and hydrogen? Just see, for calculating the percentage of the carbon, we see here from the reaction, 12 gram of the carbon will give you 44 gram of carbon dioxide. In another way, you can say 44 gram of the carbon dioxide will be formed from 12 gram of the carbon. So 1 gram of the carbon dioxide will be formed from 12 upon 44. So 12 upon 44 is the conversion height. So here I have written percentage of the carbon can be calculated by this formula. Increase in weight of KOS. When you pass carbon dioxide for some time, carbon dioxide will react with KOS, giving potassium carbonate. Weight of potassium carbonate is high, so there will be increase in weight of the KOS. So increase in weight of the KOS divided by weight of the coal. Here already you have put it. वेट अमाउंट ऑफ द कोल, इसका आपने तौल लिया है, पहले ही से इसका भार ले लिया है। सपोज के लिए कि 5 ग्राम आपने भार लिया, तो वेट ऑफ द कोल 5 हो जाएगा। इसके वेट में जो वृद्धि होगी, इंक्रीज जो करेगा वेट, उसको याद रखेंगे। और 12 upon 45 into 100, this will give you the percentage of the carbon. So this is the simple calculation of the carbon in the coal. Now second thing, to determine percentage of the hydrogen. So how to determine percentage of the hydrogen? Just see, hydrogen H2 plus half O2, it will give you H2O. This is the very simple reaction. Hydrogen present in the coal, it will react with the oxygen giving H2O. So weight of the carbon hydrogen is 12, suppose it is 12 gram, and weight of the half O2 will be 16 gram. So just see, this is the reaction. 2 gram of the hydrogen react with the oxygen, 16 gram of the oxygen, half O2. You know, molecular weight of the oxygen is 32. So half mole of the oxygen means 60 gram. So conversion factor will be equal to 2 upon 16. So how to calculate percentage of the hydrogen? So you can write here the percentage of hydrogen it is equal to, just see here, hydrogen will change into H2O, steel will pass into anhydrous calcium chloride. So weight of anhydrous calcium chloride will increase. So you will write here increase in weight of calcium chloride divided by weight of coal multiplied by 2 upon 16 multiplied by 100. This is the formula. So what we have done, first of all, take the known mass of the coal, put in the furnace, burn it, H2O and carbon dioxide will be formed. H2O and carbon dioxide mixture passes into anhydrous calcium chloride. H2O means steam absorbed by the anhydrous calcium chloride. Weight of the calcium chloride is increased. Again, dry carbon dioxide will pass into AOH solution, which initial weight is known. When you pass carbon dioxide, potassium carbonate will be formed, and weight of this chamber will increase. Weigh it out, and you will find the increase in weight. So, for calculation of the percentage of hydrogen increase in weight of the calcium chloride divided by weight of the coal taken multiplied by 2 upon 16 into 100. So in this way you can calculate percentage of the carbon and hydrogen. Now second thing, how to determine percentage of the nitrogen. Percentage of the nitrogen is determined by Geldal method. Geldal method. I think you have studied about the Geldal method in intermediate. But here you can say Geldal to determine percentage of nitrogen in coal. Percentage of nitrogen in the coal. Method Geldal. Geldal method. So actually we take a round bottom flask. Just see, this is the round bottom flask fitted in the stand like this. Powder coal plus concentrate H2SO4 plus K2SO4 plus C2SO4. This is the Geldal flask. Geldal. Gerdau flask. Heat the mixture. Powder pour. Concentrate sulfuric acid. These two are catalysts. In this way, you will get ammonium sulfate. Yeah. As soon as reaction is completed, you will get a clear solution. The clear solution is known as Gerdau solution. So what happens? We take known weight of the coal, powder it, put into round bottom flask, with concentrated sulfuric acid, potassium sulfate and copper sulfate. Each of the potassium sulfate and copper sulfate are added, which catalyze the reaction. You will get ammonium sulfate. Now this Gerdau solution is further put into another class like this. Suppose this is another class. Fine. This is the water condenser. Water condenser. Here, Gerdau solution plus KOH. This is the burner. Here, ammonia gas and phosphorus. We take known volume of H2SO4 of known strength. Here, just see here. Known volume of H2SO4 of N by 10 strength. Suppose the volume of the H2SO4 is 50 mm. Strength is known. So just see, we put here a stand like this. Yeah, water condenser, it means you pass water, connect it to the tape, H2O, and here H2O. So it circulates to condense ammonia. Here ammonium sulfate is formed in the delta plus, so it will react with the KOH giving the ammonia. So in this way, ammonia half will pass into sulfuric acid. We know that ammonia is alkaline in nature. So when we pass ammonia in the sulfuric acid will get neutralized. Sulfuric acid को neutralize करेगी ammonia. But actually we don't know how much ammonia is formed. So some of the sulfuric acid remain unneutralized. So how to determine how much sulfuric acid is unneutralized by the ammonia? So for this purpose, we titrate the sulfuric acid. This sulfuric acid here, this is the sulfuric acid. इसमें से हम कुछ बालू निकालेंगे सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का और निकाल करके इसको हम टाइट्रेट करेंगे, NaOH से टाइट्रेट कर लेंगे. You can take NaOH, like this. So, unneutralized sulfuric acid will be titrated by KOH. You know titration, burette लेंगे, burette के अंदर NaOH भरेंगे, जिसकी स्ट्रेंथ ज्ञात होगी. Strength of the NaOH should be known. And pipette out some balloon 10, 20, 25 सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, ये जिसमें अमोनिया गई है, जो अनन्यूट्रलाइज होगी वो बची होगी, मालूम नहीं है कितना है, उसको हम निकालेंगे. सपोज करिए कि उसका हमने 20 ml लिया और NaOH के साथ इसको टाइट्रेट किया. फेनाप्थलीन इंडिकेटर का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. फेनाप्थलीन gives pink color as soon as you add one excess drop of the NaOH. एसिड मीडियम में फेनाप्थलीन कोई कलर नहीं देता, because there is no dissociation of the phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein एक वीक ऑर्गेनिक एसिड कंपाउंड है जिसका डिसोसिएशन होता है तो हाइड्रोजन आयन निकलता है. एसिड मीडियम में हाइड्रोजन आयन ज्यादा है तो फेनोल्फथलीन का डिसोसिएशन नहीं होगा, इसलिए कोई कलर नहीं देता, क्योंकि फेनोल्फथलीन आयन पिंक कलर देता है. When we add NaOH, as soon as the acid is completely neutralized by NaOH, what will happen? Excess of 1 drop make the medium alkaline. So as soon as we add 1 drop excess of the NaOH in the solution, you will get pink color that indicates the end point. So in this way, we can find out the strength of the NaOH required to calculate the volume of amount of the unneutralized sulfuric acid. Now question is how to calculate percentage. For calculation, you should apply this formula. Percentage of nitrogen, it is equal to 1.4 into N1 V1 minus N2 V2 divided by mass of coal divided by mass of the coal. This much. This is the formula. Don't multiply by 100. Why? Because just 1.4 has been obtained. So 14, you know, atomic weight of the nitrogen is 14. So 14 into 100 percentage divided by 1000, 1 liter. So this will give you this much and you will get 1.4. So formula is simple. This is the formula. परसेंटेज निकालते समय ऐसा मत करना कि इसके अंदर 100 का मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. नो, डोंट मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 के साथ परसेंटेज निकालना है तो परसेंटेज निकालने में हम जो है इसका 100 का गुणा कर देंगे. नहीं, 100 का ऑलरेडी थोड़ा भाग जो भी मल्टीप्लिकेशन डिवीजन करना है ऑलरेडी है. देयरफॉर वी पुट हियर 1.4. Now, what are N1, V1, N2, V2? So N1, it is strength of AC. Strength of the AC. V1, volume of AC. N2, strength of alkali. Alkali means NaOH. V2 volume of alkali. English. So you can apply the formula and you can calculate the percentage of the nitrogen. I can give you one example. So this is a numerical problem based on the formula as I discussed you. Calculate percentage of nitrogen in coal sample, in given coal sample, of which 3.25 gram was generalized. Generalized means coal mixed with concentrated sulfuric acid, potassium sulfate and copper sulfate. Ammonia gas will be formed. First of all, ammonium sulfate is formed, and when ammonium sulfate react with the KOH, ammonia gas is formed, and ammonia gas passing to sulfuric acid. Some part of the sulfuric acid neutralized. So this much amount of the coal was generalized. Ammonia gas form was absorbed in 45 ml of N by 10. This is the N by 10 strength of the N2SO4 to neutralize excess of the acid. 11.5 ml of the N by 10 NaOH was required. As I told you that when ammonia gas is passed into known volume of the sulfuric acid of known strength, some part of the acid remain unneutralized. So that unneutralized acid is titrated against NaOH. So, how much volume of the NaOH required? 11.5 bml of the L by 10 strength of the NaOH is known. So, put all these data in the formula 1.4 into N1 V1 minus N2 V2 upon M. M is the mass of the coal. This is the mass of the coal. Mass of the coal. This 0.1, I told you N1 is the strength of the acid. Strength of the acid is N by 10. N by 10 is 0.1. So 0.1 into 45 volume of the acid, 45 minus strength N2. N2 is the strength of the alkali used in titration. So 0.1 into 11.5. 11.5 is the volume required of the NaOH. Here 3.25 is the mass. After calculation you will get 1.4. So percentage of nitrogen it is 1.44. So this is a very simple numerical based on Geltard process. So thus we can determine percentage of hydrogen, percentage of carbon, percentage of nitrogen, and these methods are known as ultimate method of coal analysis. So this is whenever it is asked for the ultimate method, that is the experimental determination of percentage of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, that is the ultimate method. So this is all about. Thank you very much. Thank you.